These past few months have been amazing for me. Now that I'm back in school, I have a lot of chances and a lot of reasons to research the people and research the video games that build the foundation of what we kind of take for granted today. For example, have you heard of the game called Narbacular Drop? In this game, you play as a princess that is trying to escape, and to do so, you have to create portals on non metallic surfaces and solve puzzles moving objects from portal to portal. Sounds familiar? Well, that is because Narvacular Drop was the blueprint that became Portal eventually. But now I want to talk about where it came from. The lead designer for that little student game was Kim Swift. She was the lead designer of this little student project, and eventually she became the lead designer of massive titles. And it was by building something that corporations just not dare to build. That little game caught Valve's attention and eventually Gabe Newell, the president of Valve, essentially hired the whole team on the spot. And I do really think that Kim Swift's story is one of the purest stories of an indie developer going into a AAA company. And guys, I've talked about this before. Indie doesn't mean independent anymore. Being an indie is a certain mindset, is a certain kind of values, and is being able and have the confidence to build something that no one has ever dared to build before. And Kim's entire philosophy just carries that. She says that innovation is low cost for you and you can afford to fail. And I believe that because that is what games should be: curiosity, fun, energy, experimentation. And even during the time that she was working at Valve, that philosophy and that mindset never left her. She cared about experimentation. She cared that every idea, even the weirdest one, was listened to. She worked for an environment full of creation and laughter. Until Valve, of course, moved to bigger projects and bigger ambitions. Which is not wrong at all. It's just that it just stopped aligning with what Kim believed in. And that's when she decided to leave Valve and go to a smaller indie studio called Airtight Games. She really believed in creative freedom and she walked away to protect that. And I think she proved that having an indie mindset doesn't have to be connected to where you're working at or what you're doing for a living. It is a value system. It is a way of thinking. It is what happens when you protect your ideas, no matter how weird they are, instead of sending them down for people pleasing. And maybe that is the real message of her story. That in the spirit, that survives whenever creators defend their imagination.